So this is just me showing my vanity, and this is where I always do my makeup. And then afterwards I show you the inside of a couple of drawers, and that's just some of my makeup products and a bunch of eyelashes. And then this is a quick video showing some of the products I'll be using today. Okay guys, this is my full makeup routine. So at the start of the video, I quickly showed my eyelash clusters I like to use and the glue. And then I showed the eyebrow products that I use to fill in my eyebrows, which is just a brow pencil and some eyebrow glue. Then right here, I use concealer to carve out my eyebrows, and I just do this to give them more definition, and usually this step takes me a long time because I just don't want to mess up, so yeah. Okay, this next part of the video goes kind of quick, so I'm going to try to talk fast, but I use a concealer brush to blend out my eyebrows, and then after that I also use a beauty blender to further blend them out, and then to set the bottom of them I use a loose light powder, and you can see me doing it right here. Then after that, to prep my skin for foundation, I spray setting spray on it. And then right here you can just see me starting to put the foundation on. So I just spread it around with a foundation brush. Then to blend the foundation, I use a brush first, and then after that, I blend it out more using a beauty blender. Then right here, I'm using a dark shaded concealer, and this is what I use as like a cream contour bronzer type of product. And I just put in those areas and then blend them out with a brush also. Then to contour my nose, I use a cream contour stick, and you can see my placement right there. And then I blend it out with a little brush. Right here, you can see me placing my first layer of concealer underneath both of my eyes, and then I just blend it out with a beauty blender. And then right here I show my blush, and I use a liquid and a cream blush. So first I put the liquid and then I blend it with a brush, and then I do the cream blush, and I also blend that out with a brush. Then right here is where I start to put concealer in other parts of my face, and I just put it in areas that I feel like need more coverage, so usually on my chin and between my eyebrow and my nose, and a little bit around my mouth also. And then I also put my second layer of concealer underneath my eyes, but this is a brighter shade because personally I just like having like a way brighter and lighter under eye. And then I also blend it out with a beauty blender. Then right here is where I start to set the liquid products on my face, and I start off with a pressed powder, and I set my under eyes first using a powder puff, and then I go in with the loose powder and I set my chin and my nose and in between my eyebrows and some of my forehead. Then I go in again with the pressed powder and do the rest of my face. Then right here is when I start using powder bronzer, and I like putting some on my eyelids first, and then I also put some on my nose to contour it, and then just on my forehead and my cheekbone. Then I use my first powder blush, and I just put on my cheeks, a little bit on my eyelids, and a lot on my nose also. Then for my second blush, I go in with this eyeshadow shade that I have, and I also go in with the third blush just because I like to mix the colors. Then right here, using a loose powder, I do a technique called baking, and the purpose of this is just to put extra powder on your face just to brighten it up more and to make your makeup last longer. And I usually just put it underneath my eyes, across the sides of my nose, and on the sides of my cheek. And while I'm waiting for it to set, I like to take off the makeup off of my lips. Then I just blend out the powder with a brush after waiting a few minutes. Then right here you can see me using a setting spray. After that, I use 2 different colored lip liners to color my lips. Then after my lips are done, I use a highlighter, and I like putting it in the corners of my eyes and also on my nose and a little bit underneath my eyebrows as well. Then to finish off my makeup, I put mascara on my bottom eyelashes and I finish it off with more setting spray. And yep, that's pretty much it.